Welcome to the Academic Success Center video workshop, Tools for Online Learning. Some students think online courses are scary. Online courses may require you to take more ownership of the course and your study time. The great thing about this is that, number one, there are many resources to assist you through the process, and number two, this is great practice for career and life success after graduation. So in this video, we want to help you to get organized and understand how to stay focused in online courses. We'll also review strategies to help you study and learn. And finally, we want to ensure that you know about some key resources that are available to support you through the process. Let's start with step one, which is getting organized and staying focused. Getting organized is an important step in the online learning process. This will help to ensure that you have all the information you need to be successful in an online course, including knowing what is expected of you in each course. One common issue for online courses is that students do not have a good understanding of how they'll be graded because they don't review the syllabus and the instructor notes. Instead, they just dive right into the course material. So we're going to help you to avoid that. Next, to get organized, we want you to identify your study space or spaces. Your study space should be large enough for everything you need, your computer, books, notebooks, and any other materials you plan to use. Second, your study space should be free from distractions. This should be a place where you feel comfortable to study, to listen to lecture, etc. If your study space is less than ideal, you can still make it work. It's especially important to keep a small space or a shared space free of clutter. You can personalize your space by using Post-it notes with your goals for the week or tacking up photos that motivate you. If your space is not noise-free, maybe you have younger siblings running around, a noisy roommate, or you live on a busy street, then you might think about using soft foam earplugs, noise-canceling headphones, or just pipe some lyric-free music through your earbuds. If your online courses are synchronous, meaning that you will have a pre-scheduled class time to participate in lecture and other activities, then your study space must also be a place that allows you to speak so that you can engage in class activities. Let's talk next about accessing your online courses. You should log into your online courses in Blackboard at least twice weekly to view announcements, materials, and any assignments for that week. When you have a face-to-face course, sometimes your instructor makes changes to the course schedule, right? Well, that can happen in an online course also, so you need to log in and review things regularly. Now, before classes start or on the first day of class, review the syllabus for each course. This is where you'll learn about how you're graded, course policies such as late penalties and engagement expectations, as well as deadlines and due dates. Enter these into your planner or calendar immediately. With online classes, you may not have a set class time. These classes are called asynchronous. However, you should still plan to, quote, attend this class regularly every week, just like you would for a synchronous or face-to-face course. The nice thing about this is that you get to choose your class time for asynchronous courses. How do I choose a good time, you might be asking? Here are some things to think about. When are the course due dates? For instance, maybe your course has a discussion post due every Wednesday. It may be best then to schedule your, quote, class time on Mondays or Tuesdays so that you're not at risk for posting that discussion assignment late. You can also think about when you feel most alert and ready to focus. Maybe you're a morning person, so you want to spend time working on that class in the morning. Or you may have a busy work schedule and need to fit the class time in around work. In any case, you should schedule 1 hour of class time for every 1 credit hour the course is worth. For instance, if you have a 3 credit hour course, then you should schedule 3 hours of class time for that course each week. Finally, it's important to reward yourself when you stick to your schedule, when you submit all of your assignments on time, When you get the grade that you were hoping for, remember to reward yourself. For additional help with time management and organization, check out the Academic Success Center's time management video available on the ASC website. When you sit down to study, how do you stay focused? As the semester begins, reevaluate the study space that you selected. Is the space working for you? Is it free from distractions? Is this space comfortable? Well lit? If needed, make changes to the space or select a different study space. Students often find that small and simple changes to their study space can make a big difference in their productivity. Adding a desk lamp or additional light can help alert the brain that focus is needed, and it can really help you to fight fatigue, especially during longer study sessions. Hanging a whiteboard nearby can be a motivating study and organizational tool. If you can't hang a whiteboard, perhaps using Post-it notes or taping up some notebook paper would be a good and less permanent substitute. Some students prefer a fan to keep air circulating through the space for comfort. And small snacks can help to feed the brain. Remember that learning requires brain food. If you find that your phone is a distraction, download an app that helps to incentivize avoiding your phone during study. You can search for procrastination apps or focusing apps to get a ton of recommendations. But Flora and Pocket Points are two great and free examples to fight distractions. And Focus To Do is a good app that combines a focusing technique with a to-do list. Find the one that works best for you. Finally, set specific and measurable goals for each study session that allow you to break down larger assignments into smaller chunks. For instance, instead of, I need to read for chemistry class, opt for something more action-oriented, like take notes on the first 4 sections of Chapter 17. This also tells you what technique you're going to use to process more information while you read. And it's easier to stay focused if you know you only need to get through 4 sections instead of the whole chapter before you take a break. Some of this is just reframing or tricking the brain to look at things a little differently, but that's okay because it works. You'll notice a red stoplight on this slide. When you see the red stoplight, that means that you should pause the video to take as much time as you need to complete the action items on that slide. Let's talk about the action steps you can take right now to make progress toward getting organized and staying focused for your online courses. First, open each of your Blackboard courses and find the syllabus for each one. Either print or save a copy of the syllabus for yourself so that you can refer to it easily throughout the semester. Some students like to have a syllabus binder for each semester, which includes syllabi for all of their courses. I like to have a folder saved in Google Drive or on my computer that contains all syllabi for that semester. Pause the video here and after each of these steps to complete the activities. Next, go through the course calendar, which is usually at the end of the syllabus, for each of your syllabi and enter all exam dates, homework due dates, project and paper due dates, class cancellations, or any other important dates into your planner or Google Calendar. If you need more time management tools or strategies, watch the ASC's time management video. Again, pause the video here for as long as you need in order to complete this step. Finally, if your cell phone is a distraction for you, download a distraction fighting app now. Let's move on to step 2, which is studying and learning for an online course. The good news is that effective studying and learning for an online course is not different from effective studying for a face-to-face course. A crucial step that students often forget is taking notes and reading. You should do these things for all of your courses, including online courses. Whether you are engaging in a live lecture or watching a pre-recorded video, reading a textbook, or reading other course materials, you should take notes to help you to process and make sense of that information. Taking notes also helps you to stay focused and engaged in the process. Other ways to successfully engage in online classes include asking questions. Whether you do this by unmuting your microphone or by placing your question in the chat, you can ask questions directly in a synchronous live lecture. If you have an asynchronous course, you can still ask questions. For instance, you can email your professor or visit your professor during office hours. Note that these may be in-person office hours, or there may be a link to virtual office hours provided. You'll just need to see what your professor offers. Staying engaged means also with others in your class, not just the professor. So be thoughtful about what you post and what you write if there are discussion board assignments or group work for your classes. Discussion, whether in person or in writing, is an important part of the learning process for you and for others. Another important part of the learning process is reorganizing and consolidating information by creating study tools. For instance, instead of trying to memorize 20 different wars for a history course, put these into a matrix or chart. This will allow you to compare and contrast some key characteristics of each, which will help you to keep a sense of the overall themes. When you get into the nitty-gritty details of each war, flashcards can help you to memorize significant dates and facts. You can learn more about creating study tools in the ASC's Creating Study Tools video. Use your study tools and your notes to test yourself. Rereading your notes is not an effective way to learn or to memorize. When you do this, you get that false sense of knowing because it's always right in front of you every time you see it. But then you get to the test and you can't remember it. That's because you never actually learned it. So recreate your study tools from memory, test yourself with flashcards, have your study partner test you, and do self-testing regularly to maximize your learning. Let's talk about another set of action steps to help you to enhance your learning for your online courses. Note the red stoplight here. Again, pause as you need to in order to complete these action steps. First, go through your syllabi so that you understand what each course is about and how the professor will deliver content. For instance, will they expect you to log in at scheduled class times? Will they post a pre-recorded lecture video? If so, when and how often will they do this? Make notes so that you can refer back when you forget. Take a look at the course textbook or other materials you will be using for the course. See how they are organized and what study tools they provide. For instance, does the textbook have quizzes throughout or at the end of the chapters? Does the textbook offer good illustrations or study tools like tables, charts, or diagrams? Again, pause the video here to complete this first step. Next, figure out how and when you will study with others. Is tutoring or supplemental instruction available for your course? If so, this is a free and easy way to set up study time with someone who has already taken and done well in the course. You can find this information on the ASC website. If not, do you have a friend who is also taking the course? Reach out and see if they want to meet weekly to discuss the content and study together. If not, send an email to the class through Blackboard and see if anyone is interested in a study group. Many are, but may be too shy to ask. Finally, if you want to learn more about creating effective study tools, watch the ASC's Creating Study Tools video, which can be found on the ASC website. Let's move on to our third and final step, knowing about resources that can help support you in this process. First and foremost, anytime you are taking a course, your professor is your #1 resource. Faculty have office hours and are often willing to meet outside of office hours if you send them a message and ask. Be proactive. Don't email them a question about an assignment that is due in 1 hour or a question about a test tomorrow morning. Make sure you follow any guidelines your professor has provided in the syllabus for the best method to connect with them, and include your name, course, and section number in any email communication so that they have context for your question. Check out Kent State's Keep on Learning webpage for more information on mental health services, tech support, and tips for how to be an effective learner, especially in online courses. This is a great resource for students. Finally, the Academic Success Center is a great resource with a variety of academic support options. First, academic coaching is a one-on-one resource that provides you with a peer coach who will work with you throughout the semester to develop learning and time management skills that you can apply to any course. Course-specific support options include various types of tutoring and supplemental instruction study groups, which are peer-led study sessions that provide active learning opportunities designed specifically for your course and section. The ASC is a great place to get help for a specific course or simply to be a more effective and efficient learner. Notice again the stoplight for our final action steps of this video. First, go to the Academic Success Center website at kent.edu/ASC. Log into the Academic Success Plan with your Flashline credentials. This will give you a list of services that are available to you this semester for the specific courses in which you are enrolled. Pause the video here for more time to complete this step. Next, select the services that you'd like to use this semester from that list. If any of these services require an appointment, such as scheduled tutoring or academic coaching, then schedule your first appointment now. You can begin scheduling appointments starting on the first day of class. Pause the video to check out the ASC services that are available to you this semester and to get scheduled. Finally, refer back to your syllabi to note each faculty member's office hours in case you want to chat with them or ask them questions during the semester. Pause the video here for more time to find your professor's office hours and put that information into your planner or calendar. This concludes the Tools for Online Learning video. The ASC website is set up to be a fully self-service shopping and registration site for all of our services. So if you feel comfortable, use this website independently. However, if you have any questions, reach out to us. You can contact the ASC by stopping into the Center for Undergraduate Excellence or by calling, emailing, or using the chat feature on our website.